Good morning. Thank you all for having me here today. I am the owner and creator of EagleWingz Chesapeake brand hot sauce, which is made locally here in Seaford, Delaware. Not here in Seaford, we're in Georgetown, but only like 15 miles away. And I am a general contractor by trade, 33 years in the business. Can everybody hear me okay? And back in 1988, I created this sauce. It started as a wing sauce that I served for family and friends, as we could go to any restaurant and have hot wings or potato skins as an appetizer, but when we came home to have wings at home, you couldn't find a wing sauce besides Texas Pete, Frank's, or Tabasco sauce. So I wasn't into that straight cayenne pepper sauce. I created something with a little more flavor, less heat, more flavor. So once I created this sauce, which took me probably half an hour of mixing this, mixing that, mixing this and that, it never changed. It's always been the exact same thing, except for when I started bottling it, I toned it down a little bit to make the ladies like it a little more, so it wouldn't be so hot. But through the years, I've developed it, and I've had a lot of friends comment and tell me that I needed to do something more with it than serve it at home and at parties. So in 2010, I decided to reach out. I went on the internet, ordered 20 cases of bottles, and I bottled those. I had labels made. I did it at home in my kitchen. I gave away 10 cases. I put 10 cases on consignment. The consignment ones paid for another 20 cases. I gave away 10 cases, put 20 more back in, or 10 more back in consignment. This went on for a period of time. I kept giving it away. Over the period of these nearly 3 years, I've given away and or sold over almost 18,000 bottles. And that's pretty good for me, for a contractor in Delaware, because it's a side business for me, but I feel that I am just very fortunate to have a flavor that really everybody likes. And it's really funny to me that more than out of 20 people, maybe one person won't like it, but many people do like it. And I've distributed, self-distributing, throughout the state of Delaware, Maryland, and parts of Virginia, and from Wilmington, Delaware, to Cape Charles, Virginia, Easton, St. Michael's, Oxford, Cambridge, the big place for this sauce, Rehoboth and Lewes, and all points in between. One thing I was very fortunate to get in this time was somebody that liked it in Acme markets. So currently, I'm in the Wilmington, Delaware Acme market, and I'm in all the Maryland Acme markets. So, thank you. That was a big step for us, but I've watched this thing grow monthly. Every month, something new has happened. Somebody would pick it up. I had a local hot sauce, they're local here in Lewes, hot sauce company, pick it up, but they're nationally and internationally known as one of the largest hot sauce wholesalers in the world. And I have become one of their employees' top 5 favorites. So that's pretty good too. And so alone in front of their store, I've sold over 800 bottles myself as people doing demos. As people would come up, hey, would you like a free wing? Try the sauce, and they try the sauce, buy the bottle. So that's pretty good. I'm very fortunate that I've been able to take some time away from my construction company to play with this. It's a family business for me. I have 5 kids. I have 3 of them that are currently involved, 2 more that will maybe eventually become involved. One just doesn't want to mess with hot sauce at the moment, but that's okay. That's her choice. It's really growing a lot. My hopes are that once it gets across the Bay Bridge on the Chesapeake Bay region, that side of, in a distributorship kind of way, that's where it's going to really grow. As I said, I've distributed myself here in Delaware and throughout this area, the Eastern Shore, and Chip Hearn of Peppers down in Rehoboth has helped me nationally. And my website, globalhotsauce.com, has helped me nationally too, but I don't ship internationally. I do in Canada. But this has helped me in a big way. I think my total sales with this sauce, because I have a retail business with 200 other sauces, it's kind of hard to differentiate between the two. But it's somewhere around the $66,000 range in the 2 years, 10 months that I've done in this. Also, real quick to say, we do private labeling. This is the original product, EagleWingz Chesapeake brand. We do EagleWingz Extreme, a little hotter, 5-ounce bottle. New product in the spring, EagleWingz Pineapple Teriyaki. This is taken off. This is good. And then we do all this in private labeling, which one, the biggest one is Texas Roadhouse. Everybody's heard of Texas Roadhouse. They love it. So private labeling is a good thing. Fundraising also. We do fundraising. This is big too. This can help your organization make 40% of profit. So that's pretty good in fundraising. So, and it's very good and easy to sell. So I think that's almost about it for me. Okay? Thank you. I'll speak loudly.
Okay, that's all right. All right, who has a question for Rick?
Where do you get your inventory?
My inventory, I make it. I make it myself. I get my bottles, which is very hard to come by, out of Richmond, Virginia. I go over there and pick up 300 cases at a time in my van. And then all product that I buy to make my sauce comes from a local wholesale distributor in Bridgeville, lifelong friend. Everything's local here, yeah.
Okay, who else?
I was wondering if you were considering some partnerships. I mean, this is like the chicken capital of the world, so it seems to me that chicken wings and your sauces, I don't know how you go about it, but partnership seems like it might be a good direction.
I do have it in restaurants. I didn't mention that besides Texas Roadhouse. Other restaurants use it, especially in the Cambridge area, Cambridge East and St. Michael's area. I am actually getting ready to start a wing restaurant. It's more for carryout over in Seaford at my storefront. But I am interested in that, in a partnership of some sort. Not sure what that would be like, but my thoughts are to get more help, to get information. Maybe a lot of you may have information how to get it on the other side of that bay, because once it gets over there, it's just going to take off.
Just building off of that, Rick, I was curious on the production end, how you plan to keep up with the potential growth if you're, making all the sauce.
Okay, we're in our third series of production equipment already. So it started with a food quality 5-gallon bucket with a spout made on it where it was mixed into the bucket, and then it was bottled right there in my kitchen. And then it's grown from there. In the same relationship with that bucket, it's the same really technique, but it's grown in size. So we're not making 5 gallons at a time. We're making more of the 10 to 15 gallons at a time and bottling as we need it. But we do bottle fresh, too. It has a 2-year plus shelf life. It has vinegar in it that is a preservative, so it's almost never goes bad. Everybody eats it too quick, so.
Ricky's done some work on my house, and I enjoy his hot sauce. I've experienced both ends of his talents.
Yeah, great.
What are some of the regulatory constraints or requirements that you face because you make a food-based product at home?
I'm not at home anymore. Once I gained Acme as a customer, I felt that I needed to have a place where I could make more product at one time instead of having my whole kitchen messed up. So I created a kitchen in a store out of Seaford where I also have retail space, and in that kitchen is where I make my sauce. Regulatory, I've been to the health department twice. Believe it or not, they do not regulate hot sauces. Mine especially, because 3 parts of my ingredients have vinegar. And that is such a great preservative. As we know, it's great for 1,000 different things that no bacteria will grow in that at all. So basically, I have to have a clean kitchen, which I do, and everything's stainless and whatnot. And everything, all my ingredients are, well, two of them actually, one of them is vinegar, okay? Two others actually have vinegar in it. So then I have my herbs and spices that are secret, and you can't know about that. So with that, I also have product to give to all you all today, so you can take it home and try it. So.
I said like Oprah, everyone in the audience.
There you go.
I had a question about you were talking about your spices and things, about you protecting your formula, if you had an issue with that, and if you had an issue with whatever you had to do to protect the names of your own brand.
Well, I've been very fortunate with part of that question. I actually contacted a trademark lawyer out of California, and I was very fortunate to get EagleWingz trademarked. There's no value in that. But what they also did, which really surprised me, is they gave me EagleWingz Chesapeake brand hot sauce as a trademark. EagleWingz means nothing. It's a family name from a long time ago that my family had. My last name is Ewing, and in EagleWingz is my name Ewing, okay? So, and also, just because this is a real cool point, my design guy that does all this private labeling and has reworked my original label, his name is Zeke Wing. So his name is in that label too. So with that, trying to get back to your regular question, the trademark was a big thing for me. And they can use Chesapeake in other ways. There is Chesapeake sauces out there, but once you taste this sauce, and if you tasted those others, it's more about the hot there. This is more about the flavor. So you will recognize this, and if you like crabs, you will love this. This is what it is. And if you like it hotter, we have the extreme. But it's still, both of those are still mild to medium sauces. They're not in the super hot stuff. So, yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We applaud you. As an economic development partnership with SBA, I have 3 components on my brain cell, and that is sustainability, retention, profitability, and job creation. Can you talk a little bit about job creation with your business?
Starting with family first. Family first. Okay. So I have a 23-year-old son that works in my store every day, and he actually makes a lot of my product. On Saturdays, late day, every day, I'm in the store. And every day, he is in there making product. So we both share in it, but at this point, but it's only been a 3-month thing that he is starting to make more of the product. And that's okay. I need to pass that on and me do more like this. I do want to have a bigger kitchen, a bigger production facility. That's the goal. And I would like to maybe, not yet, because this is where the money is, get out of the construction business and just do the hot sauce. But we'll see about that. It continues to grow in every step, and this 1 million cups is another step for me. Another thing that happened to me just yesterday, Delaware Today contacted me and wants to do a story. So that's pretty good, that magazine. News Journal contacted me 3 months ago and did a story also in their Crossroads section, which is Kent and Sussex County. So they did that story, which was the centerfold with a cover sheet. So that's pretty good. And then I've been interviewed for a couple other newspapers and magazines. So I've been in a few. So it's really growing.
So how are you tracking that marketing? Word of mouth, the advertising, sitting on a shelf? How's that working?
Both. Okay. A lot of people come to me and say to me, I've had your product, and I go, where? Where did you have it? And they'll tell me either one of the places that I market it in the mom and pop markets or the restaurants that I cater to, and or places that I don't even know about. Those are the ones I want to hear about. Every day or every time I do a demo in front of either Peppers down in Rehoboth or Apple Scrapple in Bridgeville or Riverfest, I ask, where are you from? And Baltimore, Pennsylvania, places like this, and I realize where my product is going, and people are really liking it, and then I see it on the internet where they're ordering it from. I shipped Saturday to Cody, Wyoming. The Cowboys like it. So that's pretty good. And that was a case. That wasn't a bottle, it was a case. So I feel that once this gets in the mainstream market, Food Lions, that's a bigger store than I feel the Acme's are. Although there's 300 Acme's, I think there's more Food Lions. I want to get there. They want to see profitability. They want to see saleability before I can get there. So I kind of let them go and let the Acme markets work on it more, and so I could show that product there. And I hope I've answered your question.
Yeah, I do want to talk more later.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Do you already, or have you considered the local farmers markets?
I was approached for the Seaford Farmers Market, and because Saturday mornings is when they have it, is my day to be in the store. I found it really hard to get out there. I do kind of want to do that, but I just haven't gotten that down yet. So, and that was probably in the past month that happened for me, where they approached me for it.
Rick, you might want to think about one of the coastal farmers markets, because that would introduce you to that clientele from across the bay.
Right.
So,
Good idea.
and some of them are like Tuesday. I think Rehoboth is Tuesday morning. So,
And that would
okay.
work for me.
Who else has a question? I'm getting hungry.
Hi, Rick.
Hi.
I actually went to school with Rick, and I have to tell you that I'm a little offended by his sauce, because there's nothing that I cook in my house that my husband doesn't put this on. So congrats to Rick, but I'm not sure what it says about my cooking. Rick, how do you ship?
I do it all through the Postal Service.
Okay.
Sometimes if the order is too big, they have boxes that if it fits, it ships. That's less expensive than some other ways that they ship. If it fits in there, that's the way I ship it. If it doesn't, then I go to UPS and let them ship it.
Okay. Anybody else?
And
All right.
What type of capacity are you at right now with the kitchen? Are you at 50%, 75%, 25%? Where do you fit?
as in, can I do more product in there than I'm doing now?
Yes.
I'm only
Now-
about 50% right now. So, I mean, I could do a lot more product if I had more orders. I don't need to keep that much stock. Once I get an order, we can make that pretty much in a day. I can, just myself and my son, we could do probably 400 bottles a day. And that would be 400 5-ounce, probably less than that in the 10-ounce.
And what type of growth are you seeing quarter over quarter or month over month? Or
It's probably growing 10% per couple months. Every couple months it grows more like that, and that is in the private labeling, as this here shows these here. More and more people, once they find out I can have my name on that for that inexpensive of a price, basically that cost is $65 for the labeling fee, $210 minimum order, which is 60 bottles. So that could be done for a wedding. For a wedding, I didn't do it for my niece who got married this weekend, but it could have said Sarah's and Trevor's wedding day, you know, and August 3rd, 2013, their official hot sauce, whatever, you know, something like that. But because it's less expensive like that, more people are getting on that boat and doing it like that. But I also keep my name on that thing too, so they can read where they came from, so they can refer back to that.
Anybody else?
So you've said several times, if this thing takes off.
Yes.
So what is your ultimate vision is the first question. And then the second follow-up question is how are you going to get there from here?
That's what I'm here for today. I'm hoping that some of you may be transplants from the other side of the bay and maybe have some connections. I haven't made that daily or even weekly trip over to the other side of the bay to try to find those people yet. I'm working on this side. Once I've shown salability on this side, I think that it'll go well on that side. Once I show that restaurants over here are having good success with it on the tabletops and in the kitchen, that's a good thing. The tabletop is high dollar real estate in a restaurant business. And with Heinz ketchup and other things on the table, it's hard to get there, but I got there at Texas Roadhouse. I think just by letting them taste and let it fit in with their menu, I find that that's how it's growing. And once it gets there, I'm not there yet. I'm at $66,000 in 2 years, 10 months. That's not a lot of money, but it's pretty good on the side, and it's sustaining itself. So I'm not putting any more money out. So that's pretty good. I will have to put more money out once I have to develop it in a larger fashion. When I'm bottling 300 cases at a time, I actually had an order that I did let go for 300 cases. The guy was Hot Sauce of the Month Club, but they wanted it way too cheap. That's why I let it go. So I could have had that 300 case order, and it was going to go to Texas. And if I had done that, I would have lost money on the making of the sauce, but I could have gained in other ways. But I've given away so much of product, and I can't keep giving it away. But I will enjoy giving you guys today. So.
Anybody else? Yep.
Just curious, I know you have it on Roadhouse tables. Does Roadhouse sell at retail through their restaurants also?
Well, it's funny you asked that. Just last night, I was having dinner at the Roadhouse, and I was watching 3 guys at the table beside us. One of them picked up my bottle. Actually, let's do it like he did it. He picked up the Roadhouse bottle, and he just started looking at it, and he was reading made of the finest spices this side of the Chesapeake Bay. And then he was reading ingredients, and then he poured a little bit out, and he tried it on a French fry. And then his friend reached over and tried his French fry in it, and then he dipped his steak in it. And I said to my family, I'm going to talk to this guy here in a minute. And after we finished, I got up and said, hey, where are you guys from? And they were not local. They were from somewhere down south. Arkansas. No, somewhere down south. I can't remember where they said. And I said, I saw you tried that sauce. Do you like that? He goes, this is great. And I go, I actually make that sauce for Texas Roadhouse. And he was going, this is amazing. He asked where I could get it. So I tried to explain where my store was, but I said, you know what? You can actually ask one of the waitresses. They'll probably sell you a bottle. So they will sell it retail in the store. So, and that would retail for $6.99 pretty much everywhere. However, one more thing just to say, at Pepper's at the beach, they don't sell this 10-ounce bottle. They sell the 5-ounce bottles because they think I'm a hot sauce, not a wing sauce. Wing sauce comes in 10-ounce bottles. I feel I'm a wing sauce, but you know, they know the business better than I, so I'm not arguing there. And they're selling a lot of my product, so with that.
Rick, as a fellow business owner, do your kids get embarrassed when you do things like that, when you're out in the public?
Last night they did. Yes.
My question was, did you give them a business card?
No, I did not.
Do you have a business card?
I do have.
We need to talk.
I do. I wasn't carrying it last night. I wasn't prepared for that. So.
And do you have a business plan?
Well,
written?
No, I do not have a written.
We need to talk.
Okay. No.
Anybody else? Well, that kind of leads right into that, Rick, what can we do for you question.
Right. For me at this moment, if anybody has any information on how I could possibly get it to the other side of Chesapeake Bay, any connections with any distributor or restaurants over there, I know a friend of mine sitting in the audience here does have connections, and I'd want that. As somebody said about my wings thing, because we're the chicken capital of the world, that's my next adventure. I'm actually preparing for that in my store and to support that when it comes about. And also the fundraising. If you have an organization that needs to raise money or whatever it may be, softball, baseball, band, or dance class or whatever it may be. I can put your label on my product, and it will sell very quickly. And that's, again, something you can make 40% of the profit on. And I think that compares very well to like Joe Corby's Pizza or candle sales or anything else that we bought thousands and thousands of dollars worth over the years. So, but this is something I actually love and I think once you guys try it, you might like it too.
Well, I think we're about out of time, unless anybody has one more quick question. Does that do it? Okay, well, let's thank Rick for his presentation.
Thank you.